Today I want to go over a topic that is highly debated but really shouldn't be highly debated, especially in the Viper group. There's guys that think that changing your thermostat to a cooler thermostat will decrease the high-end operating temperatures of your engine, okay? Some have claimed that they've seen it firsthand. So that made me think, and I really went down some rabbit holes to confirm everything I'm going to go over in this video, but I have some plots to explain why some people might have seen that, and it wasn't because of the thermostat, it's just because of the operating environment that they're in. So let's go over the main components of a cooling system, right? So the main job of an engine is to take heat and transfer it to work. Any excess heat that isn't turned into work or usable energy is rejected through the cooling system. So the cooling system has a water pump, it has a thermostat, a radiator, and a fan. Water pump obviously just to circulate the coolant through the system. The thermostat has a main job of getting that engine up to operating temperature as quickly as possible, and then once it's at that temperature, make sure the engine does not drop below that temperature again for the rest of the drive. So it sets the minimum operating temperature of the engine. That is the purpose of the thermostat. Okay, hopefully everyone agrees on that. Next we have the radiator and the fan, and both of those are built so that you can reject temperature at highway speeds. Say you had no fans at highway speeds, you're rejecting as much energy and excess heat that you need. If you're stuck in traffic, that fan kicks on and tries to simulate that mass airflow that you get at highway speeds. So the radiator and fans set the maximum temperature that we're at. So thermostat, minimum temperature, radiator and fans, maximum operating temperature. Okay, we're good. So why should you not go below, if you have an OEM engine, right, mostly unmodified, why should you not go below the OEM thermostat temperature? So say, for example, 180 degree thermostat. GM, Ford, Toyota, Chrysler, Nissan, you name it, they spend millions and millions of dollars of research and development in their engines, right? So they go, well, we have these materials that thermally expand when they get hot, okay? And we can space them so far apart, so many 0.0001 inches apart, right? So when they have this operating range determined, right, between, there's many different factors that go in between this range, but say it's designed for 180 to 220 degrees, right? Anything below that 180 degrees, you're going to have too large a gap between parts, and you'll get slapping, you'll get more wear and tear on your bearings, any mating surfaces, if you're below that 180 degrees, because those materials haven't expanded as much as they were designed to. If you go above 220 degrees, things start bumping up against each other, right? Materials start to break down. They're not designed for higher temperatures than that. So it's a pretty crucial range to operate your vehicle, and that's why the thermostat serves, right? To get to that operating range as quickly as possible. And then that's also different weights of oil come into factors like that as well. So once we understand that, right, so we're all on board with thermostat set minimum, radiator and fan set maximum. So if you want to keep your maximum temperatures down, you need to upgrade your radiator and your fan. Thermostat set the minimum. That is, trying to fix it with a thermostat, totally wrong way to go about it. I have some plots built, right, and hopefully this can help visualize what I'm talking about. So what I got here is, on the y-axis temperature, on the x-axis we have time. So we have 180 degree thermostat and 160 degree thermostat, orange and blue respectively. So if you're at highway speed, say it's 85 degrees out, right? And you're just cruising at 70 miles an hour, you're going to be at that thermostat temperature. You have enough airflow coming through the engine and low enough load that the thermostat is now in effect setting your minimum temperature so you don't drop below that. Hopefully everyone agrees on that, right? Low load, lots of airflow, your engine is going to be nice and cool, and it's going to hang out at that thermostat temperature. Okay, we're good there. The next plot I have is going to kind of address what those of you have said about, hey, it's actually lowered my engine temperatures, I don't get nearly as hot as anymore. And what I'm going to say to that is you were never in an environment that risked overheating to begin with. Okay, so here we go. So the red line, horizontal line, is high-speed fan. The yellow line is low-speed fan. Again, same y-axis is temperature and x-axis is time. We have our same 180 and 160 degree thermostat. So we're in Dallas, Texas. It's 100 degrees out. I take this Viper and I go park it in a Walmart parking lot somewhere. This is the waveform you will see. No matter if it's got a 180 degree thermostat or a 160 degree thermostat, this is what you are going to see. You're going to get a very quick temperature rise, right? You're going to hit that high-speed fan and it's going to bring the temperature back down. At 200 degrees, that high-speed fan turns back off and the cycle continues. As you can see, the blue cool thermostat has the same exact waveform as the 180 degree hot thermostat. Okay, same waveform, but they're out of phase. What I mean by out of phase is, say you pick this temperature, the cooler thermostat is at 210, the hotter is at 220. So you're 10 degrees cooler at X amount of time. But if you just sit there, it's going to hit the same temperature. Those highs have not been affected because we haven't upgraded our radiator or our fan. When people say, hey, I have not, it's lowered my operating temperature. So they might have just been driving to a Cars and Coffee 3 miles down the road. So their engine heats up, just the operating temperature, and by the time they're pulling in, they're at 200, 210, and they're ready to turn off. If they had to make that drive, say, in rush hour traffic, right, to Cars and Coffee, they would hit the same exact thing as a 180 degree thermostat. There would be zero difference. So it's kind of a top, I'll tip my hat to the people that say, hey, it's affected my overall cooling, but I'm also going to come at you and say, hey, you were never at risk of overheating to begin with because your operating environment, right, probably not in Dallas, Texas, probably not 100 degrees, you're probably not sitting in traffic, you're probably at highway speeds, or it's very close to your house, so your engine's not getting hot anyways. So that's my little bit, right? So very simple. Hopefully everything I said to you made sense. It's all factual. Again, facts over feeling here. Facts over feelings. Anything else than that, I'm just going to quote The Big Lebowski and say, well, that's just like your opinion, man. So anything in this video you have an issue with, get to the Google and start Googling because you'll see I'm right on it. So if you want to lower your hot engine temperatures, upgrade your fan or your radiator. I can't say it enough. Thermostat will do absolutely nothing for you at those high ends, hot environments. So take it easy.